Hey, welcome back. I guess welcome back to me too. So I found a way to make an interactive 120 chart, just like this one, which you have in front of you. And what I did was I had to make an Excel chart. So that's what you're looking at on my screen. And so I'll be able to type it in and we'll be able to go through what I'd like us to do. So before we do this, I want you to try to put away this paper because this gives us all the answers. So what we would do in the classroom is that we would just put this probably inside either a yellow key folder or we might just turn it over and go to it if we need it. But for right now, what we want to try to do is to fill in this 120 chart using a variety of strategies and to really test our knowledge from counting by 10, starting with any number. So one of the things that I like to do and that I hope you will do, and the reason why I made this into kind of like a song, is because sometimes when we're struggling to find the answer, using a rhythm helps you remember things. Music and rhythm helps you remember. So for instance, if the question is, what is 10 more than 38? And I'd say, okay, 38, that means it's in the eights, which is, I can count by tens because in math I'm great. I can count by tens and I'll start with 8, 8, 18, 28, 38, 48. So that tells me the answer. So what I can do is I can go through and I can use this same strategy. So what I'd like you to do with me is I'm going to try to pose questions just like I would in the classroom, and I want you to try to answer them and write them in your paper. You may need to pause me after each question. That way you have time to think, because I don't know how much time to give everyone, and we don't want these videos to be full of pauses, right? So if that happens, it's okay to pause me. It's okay. We're kind of learning how to do this together. All right. So the first thing I want us to do is we can see that this number chart is filled in with the 5s and it's filled in by the 10s. Now, I do want to eventually fill in this entire 120 chart using all of those numbers, but I don't want to just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is what we've done in the past. In this time, I actually want to fill them out using the 10s and a variety of other strategies. So let's start here. I'm going to highlight 55. There you can see it is highlighted right here. And one of my first questions could be, what number is 10 more than 55? So 55 plus 10. And I think to myself, all right, if I'm counting by tens, that means I only need to go up one more. So the answer is 65. Okay, let's try it again. What if I want to do 10 more than 25? Pause me if you need to. That's right, it's 35. It is not 25 plus 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we can't even get there 10. That's actually adding way, way higher than 10. We need to remember that as this 2 jumps to a 3, that's adding another tens rod. That's adding a tens. Parents, if you're trying to explain this to your child, and this is a difficult concept, it certainly is, using those tens rods, a picture of tens rods, having the child cut them out, and then moving them into place will help them see that the number is growing by 10, even though it doesn't seem to be, because they can't see that 35 is full of 10 more little blocks, they being the students. So that's how we illustrate this. So that's what I might do in the classroom if I notice that the kids were really struggling, is I might, we're going to take a step back and we're going to start using the blocks, and I want you to show me what 35 and 45 and 55, and when you do that, what you're doing is I'm going to use these as an example. So 35, 45, 55, each time you're just adding a tens rod. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, question number 1. First, please find where 67 would be. And pause me now, write it on your chart, and then turn me back on. And we're back. Okay, 67 is in fact right here. I would start at 65, and then I can count by ones, and I can say 65, 66, 67. So my next question for you is, and remember to pause me after my question, What number is 10 more than 67? And what number is 10 less? Pause me now. Okay, so let's fill in some answers. 10 more is 77, and 10 less is 57. There we go, 77, 57. Okay, so now what I'd like us to do is we're going to input together 33. We're going to input 106. Oh, that's not 106, Mrs. Smith. We're going to input 18, and we're going to input 92. Okay, so please input 33, 107, 18, 92. Pause me now so that you can fill those in. Okay, welcome back. All right, so now that we've done that, here are your 4 questions. Please tell me what is 10 more than 33, 10 more than 92, 10 more than 107, and 10 more than 18. Write them on your chart. I want to know 10 more than each of the numbers we just did. Pause me now so you can fill them in. Back again. Okay, so let's go over the answers. 10 more than 33 is 43. 10 more than 92 is 102. That one was tricky. 10 more than 107 is 117. If it lets me fill it in. Come on. Come on. How odd. There we go. And 10 more than 18 is 28. Did you get the correct answers? Even if you didn't, it's okay. So now we're going to do slightly different questions. So remember to pause me after the questions. Using the same 33, 92, 107, and 18. Your question is, fill in the numbers that are 10 less than each one of these. Fill in the numbers that are 10 less. You may even want to, and I'm not even sure that Mrs. Smith can do this, but you may want to outline the target number. So let's see if Mrs. Smith can outline the target number. She's not sure she can do this, but she's going to try. All right. Well, I'm not sure how to do it, guys. I apologize, but what I would do is I would outline 33, just like it's in green right now, outline 92, outline 107, and outline 18. Then figure out what is 10 less. So that is basically finding out what this number would be, what this number would be, this number, and come down. Interesting. What this number would be. All right, pause me now so you can fill those in. Are you back again? Oh my gosh, you're just a glutton for more math. Okay, so let's fill in those answers, and that way we can check our work. So let's go to 33. Be 10 less, 23. 10 less than 92, 82. 10 less than 107, 97. 10 less than 18 is 8. Okay. So if those made sense to you, what we're doing is if we are using a number chart like this, we want to look at 10 more and 10 less. We're going above and below. Now, sometimes they try to trick you and they want you to do 1 more or 1 less. So how do I figure that out? Well, let's choose a different number. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to choose 63. And instead of asking you to do 10 more or 10 less, I'm going to ask you to think about how do I do 1 more or 1 less. Pause to think about it. All right, you're back. Okay, so the answer to doing 1 more, if 10 more is up and down and 10 less is down, that means 1 more is moving forward 1 to 64, and 1 less is moving back 1. to 62. So what we're doing here is we have enabled us to have a way to figure out 1 more and 1 less, 10 more and 10 less. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find a game online that will help you continue to practice those. Now, I'm about to sign off with my video, but I want you to do, please, is to fill in the rest of the chart starting with the different numbers. So for instance, starting with 1, 11, 21, 31, 41, 51, 61, 71, 81, 91, 101, 111. Okay, and I want you to go through that. If that's too easy, try doing it from the bottom to the top. See how far you can get. I'm super excited to see your work on this, and I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'm going to try to find that game like I told you about. All right, have a great Friday, everyone. Happy weekend. We made it.